Do you feel like your car insurance is draining your wallet? Well, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into everything you need to know about car insurance. What are you protected? And most importantly, how do you save money on your rates? Stick around. I'm Juan, and welcome to Juan C Missing Gears. Today, we're going to talk about something that's crucial for every car owner, car insurance. Whether you're a first-time buyer or someone who is just frustrated with the skyrocketing rates, this video is for you. We're going to cover how insurance companies work, ways to protect yourself, and practical tips for saving money. Car insurance is a contract between you and your car insurance company. You pay premiums, and in return, they cover you financially if something happens to your car or if you're responsible for any accident. There are multiple types of car insurances, so which one do you want to have? It's up to you. But here they are. Liability insurance just covers whatever damage you may do to property or other cars. Collision insurance pays for your own car repairs for an accident regardless of fault. Liability insurance covers you, covers other people, or damage to property in case of an accident. Collision insurance pays for your car parts or damage regardless of fault. Comprehensive insurance, it covers non-collision damage like weather, vandalism, or theft. Personal injury protection. This insurance pays for any medical bills that you may have regardless of fault. Uninsured or underinsured motorist insurance. This insurance covers you in case of other parties not having enough to cover any expenses you may have to pay for. Now you may be asking, what affects my car insurance rates? Well, age, driving history, car type, credit score, coverage choices. It's all a formula. Think about it like a cocktail. You add all the alcohol, the citrus, the sugar, and you mix it. That is in a lump sum your car insurance rate. Now, how are car insurances calculated? You may be asking yourself. Well, it's a combination of everything. Car insurance take a look at everything: history, zip code, type of car, credit score, demographics, the history of your driving, and it just decides upon of those factors how much your car insurance rate is going to be. Now let's talk about how to protect yourself. Choosing the right coverage is crucial. If your car is new or valuable, you may want to get collision and comprehensive insurance so you're covered all across the board. But never forget that you may want to get some underinsurance or uninsured motorist insurance, so that way in case you get into the accident where someone doesn't have insurance, you also want to look into that. Now if your car is too old and you don't really care, it's more of a hoopty and you really don't mind if you get into an accident, you may just want to get liability insurance, so that way it covers for third-party accidents, and you will have to fix your car if you want it, but at least it covers in case of medical expenses or a big accident that you may get into. Everybody else is covered as well as yourself. Now this is very important. Always look at your state laws for whatever insurance is required as a minimum, because if you do not get the minimum requirements, you may also get in trouble with the law. This may not apply to you, but if you're already an established driver, you may want to look at the patterns and all the style that you do driving, how many accidents you've had. Perhaps that will also help you decide what type of insurance you want to get if you want to lower your premiums as well. Now this is something very important, and my friend Sam Sheridan always talks about this because this is something that people don't really pay attention, and that's something that you always have to keep in mind. If you underinsure yourself, that may leave you exposed. There are instances when they can go after your personal property. So you want to make sure that you cover yourself, understanding what is covered, what coverage you have, and how much is too little or how much is too much. Which brings me to the next subject. Our video sponsor today is Sam Sheridan. He is our local lawyer in the New York tri-state area. So if you guys have any questions or get into an accident that may not be as easy as just filing a police report, give him a call. I'm gonna put his information right around now, and you will see what his social media handle is, as well as his phone number, perhaps, maybe not, but you will be able to get in contact with him. Now let's get back to the video. And going back to the underinsured, if your medical bills get up to $50,000, but your liability is only $25,000, you may have to pay the rest if you're not covered properly. If your car is financed or leased, your lender may require you, and most likely will require you, to have the highest rate not rate the highest coverage of insurance in case of anything, because in reality, that is their asset. Some information that people don't think about and they just don't really look into until it's too late is roadside assistance. Like, you may want to get some roadside assistance, because in case of an accident or a flat tire or a minor issue, like you went onto a pothole and you blew your tire, you may not want to just be stranded at 2 a.m. without any help. So you may want to get that insurance as well. Now, another one will be rental car insurance, where it is in case that you get into an accident and you still have to go to work and you still have compromises to be met, you may want to look into getting car insurance, rental car insurance. So in case of you having to take your car to be fixed or having a downtime for a car, you may have coverage for that. Now, gap insurance. Gap insurance is something very important that not everybody talks about. If your car is totaled and you owe some money to the bank, you may want to get gap insurance, because then you'll still have to pay that loan back to the bank. But if you don't have a car, you'll need another car, then it requires you to buy another car, then therefore you'll have a lot of expenses. So gap insurance will take care of that. It will cover your damage, your car, and anything you own to the bank. Understanding the fine print on your policy. Deductibles. That is the money that you pay out of pocket before anything can happen to your car in case of an accident or any other cars, or basically it's what it's called filing a claim. Now, policy exclusions. Every policy has exclusions. Things are not covered, so read up on those when you get your insurance paperwork. Claim process. Learn about the time frame, the amount of work, and the specific documentation that you need to submit for a claim to be processed and honored. That's something that from insurance to insurance varies, so always keep that in mind. Why are rates increasing? It could be many things. Inflation, accidents, natural disasters. The area where you live is known for high rate of accidents, many things. Now, how do you find the best deals against that information? Shop around. Never stay with the same insurance company. If you want your insurance rates to go down over time, if you don't, they're never gonna offer you cheaper unless you go shop around. So if you've been with a company for over 2-3 years, try to get other rates from other companies and see if that goes lower. Obviously, you have to take into consideration that you haven't had any accidents or any claims on that period of time, so that way you can ensure that your rate will go down. If you just had an accident and you submitted a claim, I would suggest remain with your car insurance. Otherwise, those accidents might impact your new rate. Another thing you can do is look for discounts. Sometimes the same insurance companies offer discounts for new customers or for current customers, or you can give them a friendly call and say, hey, I've been with you guys for X and Y, Z years. Would you be able to drop my rate a little bit? Sometimes they're willing to work with you. Understanding your policy. Make sure you go over your policy and see what you're paying for. There might be things that you don't need or you don't want to have in your policy, but you're paying for them and you're just making your bill more expensive. Raise your deductible. If you're willing to pay a bit more out of pocket in case of an accident, that might decrease your rates at a monthly payment. That's something that people don't understand. The higher your deductible, the lower the payments are. Or if you don't have a lot of money to pay as deductible, then lower your deductible, but you may have to pay more on a monthly basis. Now, 3 things you can do to lower your rates. Improve your credit score. Personal credit score has an impact on your rate calculation. Drive less. If you don't use the car as often as you do, make sure you call your insurance company and declare that you're driving it less than you were so they can apply new rates to you. Reduce your coverage if your car is older or has gotten older, because you will not be needing that much coverage unless you really are driving in an area that requires you to continue to have high coverage. Now, what are some tips to lower your insurance payments or your insurance rates? Well, higher deductibles, as I mentioned, will really decrease your rates. Lower premiums, if you can afford higher deductible, it'll lower your monthly premium. Just be sure to have enough saved up to cover the deductible in case of a claim. A lot of insurance companies offer the following, so that's something you can use also to lower insurance premiums. Save discounts. Many insurance offer insurance discounts to drivers who have clean record and have been driving without any accidents. Multi-policy discounts. If you have a car insurance, house insurance, renter's insurance, business insurance, that might also save you a ton of money on the long run. Good student discounts. Some car insurances offer good student discounts where if you are an A+ student, you may get some extra perks as on your car insurance when you try to get one. Maintain a good credit score. Try to raise your credit score and maintain it in good standing so that way you can have access to the best rates possible. Choose a car that has lower potential high insurance rates. Cars matter. You can use a car, or you don't have to buy the most expensive car in the world for you to pay insurances if you do not know or don't want to pay that much in car insurance. Sometimes if you're just trying to get by and continue to have a job and have something that takes you from A to B, you may want to look into getting something that is affordable and therefore will have lower car insurance rates. Another thing you can do to lower your car insurance rate is taking a defensive course from the DMV. DMV offers a defensive course that allows you to drop insurance. I believe it's a 200, at least in the Northern East. Every time you take that course, I believe it's every 5 years you can take it, or you can take it as much as you want, but it only applies every 5 years or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but you can take that course and that would allow you to get lower rates from your insurance companies. Another thing you can do is review your car insurance coverage often for you to identify things that you may not need or things that you will need from this point forward. Now that you understand how car insurances work, you have a better chance of protecting yourself, being well insured, and also save a little bit of money along the way if you're smart about it. Remember, the right coverage isn't the minimum requirement coverage. You have to look at yourself, your driving, your history, and also the factors that I listed before, where you will see if you're in a high area of accidents, then maybe you'll need a little more coverage. And never underinsure yourself because your loved ones mean a lot. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more car content related. Drop a comment below with your own tips for saving car insurance rates or any questions you may have. I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, check out the rest of my videos for more helpful advice and keep your car in the top shape without breaking the bank. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.